Hello, guys. Welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Ryan Woolridge. He is now 7-0. Back out tomorrow night, fighting Octavian Gratii over six rounds at the Bescott Stadium in Warsaw. And glad to get you on, mate. Especially the night before your fight. I do appreciate your time.
Yeah, my pleasure to speak to you as always.
Thank you for coming on. And so I will do a quick summary of your four fights that you've had. So you had Dwayne Grant last year in September.
Yeah,
Talk about that fight.
yeah, yeah. Dwayne was a good opponent, man. It was again, it was last minute sort of thing. Dwayne stepped in, much more of a bigger man than obviously myself. As well as still being young as well. Dwayne being a fully fledged bloke. So he brought that man strength and that speed and his awkward, tricky style where. That's what makes him stand out from the rest. I think he's got a great style for, somebody who's on the road. It's something that you've got to battle and get round. He ain't easy by any means. And he's been in some top lads.
Been on the TNT Sport a few times as well.
Yeah, he has. He's quite durable and yeah, he's used quite a lot for the up and coming, the bigger fighters.
The scorecard was 58-56. Do you agree with that?
To be fair, that was one thing that I thought weren't too much. To be fair, he definitely pinched around. Don't get me wrong about that. But I don't think he won two of the rounds by. I think that was if he'd have been given one, I would think like, yeah, that's fair enough. But I just don't think he did enough to win the other couple of rounds that they gave him. So no, not really.
And then you fought Joe Hardy. You beat him 60-54. Another one who's good, durable, comes to fight him. He did drop William Crawler as well back in May. He had a great
Yeah,
fight with him.
yeah, it was. I watched that fight as well, and he was quite. He can turn up, Joe can, and he proved a good test again, and that was right to box him and use not a lot, but the bit of experience I've got and push him back and get the win.
He makes it awkward at times, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's very good at that, and he's quite talkative in the ring as well. He likes to try and talk you out of doing little bits and bobs, and he quite often say like a lot of the others, he'll say to you, "Oh, come on, you can do better than that. You ain't hurt me," and little things. So yeah, it's all good learning, man. Everyone's a good learning curve, and all of these fighters, I'm becoming friends with them. So that's great. It's what I want to be doing.
And another man who's been causing upsets, Nicholas Stoyanov, who you also had a good fight with.
Yeah, Nicola, he's one tricky customer. He's one thing I remember at the weigh-in with him was he looked at me and I can never take weighing serious. It's just the way I am. I just like to enjoy myself and have the crack. But one thing he said to me at the weigh-in, and this is what made it all serious. He says, "I am now a journeyman. I come here to win." And when he said that, I was like, you know what, this bloke means business. He come in with an even record. Cut me in the first round. That was arguably an elbow, but they said it was a punch.
Would you say that he took that first round?
No, I wouldn't say I had the first. I'd have given him. I think it was the second and possibly the fourth. But I know I think we drew a round and they gave him one. I thought that was a bit closer than people had it, but again, I outworked him and I did what I had to do to get the fight,
Would you say
get the win.
he's the heaviest hitter you've been in there with so far?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, him or Dwayne Grant. I mean, going back, even Kieran Thomas could punch. There's quite a lot of them. They were, they hit hard. They don't look like they hit hard, but they do. MJ, all MJ all can bang. I mean, he's for how big he is. He really packs a punch, and particularly it's the fighters who you think that probably can't punch, but they do. Um, I'd say between him and Dwayne Granter, it's the hardest.
Hmm. And then yes, because Nicola, I think he beat Ashley, and then he dropped Khalid Ali as well, and arguably he also beat Khalid Ali as well. That was on TNT Sport back in August.
Yeah, that was just after I fought him, and he was messaging me about that, and he was asking about Khalid. I said I don't really know a lot about him, but yeah, that was quite a close fight the way I watched it. He's a good fighter. He'll give anyone a good test. I think the stoppage the other night against one of the, I think it was Ben Fale.
Mm.
I think it was an early stoppage. Obviously, the Fale twins, they're really good lads. Never said anything towards them pair. But what I will say is Nicola's a lot more durable than the ref thought. And
Yeah.
I thought he could potentially come into that and start causing a couple of problems. But they're very well skilled, and that's what they did. They did what they had to do and got him out.
Then you fought Chris Stapps Zluggies. Is that how you say it? I think.
Yeah, Krista Pasolgi. So again, he's very, very skilled, and he knows why he's there, and he presents tasks. That was another light opponent change. He come in and it was on the day weighing, and which I don't really like to do. I like to get down to weight and do it properly.
Mm.
But he come in at 11 stone. I think it was 11.8 or 9. Um, I was preparing to get down to 11 stone too, same as today. So I was round down by the weight a few days before, so I had to get it back on and be comfortable at that then. And he was very composed. He went into a bit of a shell, made it hard for me. So it's just every fight, each one of them are bringing something different. I mean, tomorrow I'm expecting this kid to really push on and have a go.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him fight a few times at York Hall. I mean, I've seen him at a few local shows that I go to. Yes, Gratii. Yeah, that we're talking about the Gratii fight now. Yeah, he's awkward. He's slippy. But
Yeah,
he does come to have a go.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm hoping. Well, I ain't saying he will, but more than likely, every fight I've watched him, he'll expose his way. He's expose himself in some shape or form. So I've just got to make sure I'm switched on and I'm fast and I'm first.
And it's sort of like a well, it is your homecoming. Well, sort of homecoming, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm a big Warsaw fan as well.
Any
I've sold a
nerves?
lot of tickets for it.
Any nerves like fighting at
Um,
Warsaw Football Stadium?
no, I don't know. I don't know if I can get nerves there. It's a place to be for me. I mean, I follow the football team, so that's the best place I could be in the world to fight. My head's in a good place, better than it has been for a lot of fights. I feel fit. I've trained hard. Diet, I've made a few changes, so I'm hoping all these things that I've implemented, they should start paying off now. I'll keep learning and doing what I'm doing.
And what does it mean to you fighting at your football team's stadium?
Oh, it's the dream, mate. I've boxed there once before. That was on my debut against Kieran.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, I can't wait to be back. So hopefully it'll be good.
it's what's it like? Would you say that's been the best venue you've boxed at? Would you say?
I'd say the best venue is the Utility Arena in Birmingham. That was the starstruck best one. But yeah, in terms of my preference, yeah, Warsaw's a place every day, man.
And how's camp been? All gone good?
Yeah, it's gone worryingly smoothly. To be fair, there's always something that goes wrong, or the everyday task that all fighters have, not just me, but of all fighters. I work full time and that as well, so it ain't quite the dream a lot of people think. but you do what you do and you battle with it, and you got to be hard with it because it ain't an easy sport.
How did the weigh-in go earlier?
Yeah, it was good. He got a bit fiery because he got the weight wrong. So he thought the weight should have been lower, and it weren't. The weight was 11 stone 2, and that's what I come in at. And he seemed to think it was lower, but
So did he come in a bit lower?
yeah, he was. I think he was 10-12 or 10-13.
So what weight's the fight at?
Super welter.
Yeah.
So we just made 11-2. That was the contract.
And are you happy with how active you've been this year? I mean, you've had 3 fights. I mean, this is gonna be your 4th tomorrow night. I mean, are you happy with how busy you've been?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for 4 fights for somebody who works full time, I think that's a great goal to have. Yeah, if I was full time, I'd like to think probably 5. Well, yeah, you'd like to think probably 5 or 6 fights a year, but I'm one of these who believes in not rushing, and I think I'm taking my time. I don't want to rush because I've only just turned 23, and I know there's a lot of good opposition out there, and I want to be ready for it when it does come. And no doubt I will be. I just need the right time, and I've got the right team around me to get me there, and that's all we need. Is just time.
Haven't I? Correct me if I'm wrong, but have I seen that it's Stanley Stannard v Ashley Earls for the Midlands?
Yeah, I think the fighting. Yeah.
What do you make of that fight?
Um, to be honest with you, I don't really know a lot about him. I know I've seen Ashley and that before, and from what I can gather, I do like him. I like his style and stuff. I don't really know Stanley, but I think for me, he's very hard hitter, and he seems to have all the fundamentals what he needs, and yeah, I think he'll be a good fight, man.
Are you keeping your eyes on that fight, or just take every fight as they come?
Yeah, I'll obviously watch it live, but I think that's another step up for me, and I ain't quite there yet. But when it comes, I'll start looking at fights like that when I get nearer the time.
And have you got a message to fans who are coming out to support you tomorrow night?
Yeah, I just want to say a big thanks to all of them who brought tickets. Without any of them, the sport can't happen. A big thanks to all my sponsors. Without them as well, these nights like this we can't have them. So they put me through the medicals, do all the stuff behind the scenes that you don't see. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And obviously to yourself, thanks for having me on again.
Oh, I've got one more question. What can fans expect from you tomorrow night?
Expect some at Christmas.
Can we expect a knockout, or just the usual saying, if the knockout's there, you'll take it?
Yeah, if it's there, obviously, we'll take it. I know he's only been stopped properly 2 times in about, I think it's like 60 odd fights. So I ain't expecting to go in there and gain him out within a round or whatever. So like I say, I'll keep trying for the openings, and if I see him, I'll be there straight away. I'm feeling fit, strong, and ready. So yeah, expect a bit of a different version
Mm-hmm.
from what
And
you've seen before.
and do you want to thank manager, anybody?
Yeah, I just want to keep thanking Elwell Johnson for what he's doing for me and keeping me where I am.
And from me, Ryan, thank you for your time as always, and go get that win tomorrow night, mate. Good luck.
Cheers, mate. Thanks. I will do. I'll catch up with you after.
Thank you, mate. Good luck with the fight. Bye.
No problems.